Hi, my name is Andrew Green, and this is Event Transpo Manager. This was built in ReactJS and ChartJS. We'll see some graphs here in a minute. And the back end, the data is managed using a Django REST API using Python. So this app was built as a tool to help facilitate some of the processes for the event transportation industry. If anybody ever has a conference again, then this would be the tool for it. So you can imagine, yeah, this was like a big conference. I've set up a pretend conference in Nashville. We've got all these different routes that go to different parts of town, pick up at a couple hotels, and then take a bunch of people down to like the convention center or back to the airport at the end of the week or whatever. So right now we're just looking at each route and all the drivers assigned to that route. So I'm not going to create any new data because it's just me filling out forms. It's not very exciting, but you should know that you can create new drivers, new vehicles, new dates, new shuttles, new routes, and new locations for those routes. Now, once you do have some data in the system, some things that we can do, we can move drivers around. So if I want to move Estelle Costanza, I can take her off of Route 6. Let's move her to a different route. Let's put her on number 2. And we see she's been moved. I can also edit if something is wrong. And maybe I typed in her phone number wrong. Let's change the 5 to a 2 and say OK. And we can just skip. Let's keep the vehicle the same. And we see our change has taken place. I can also remove, if she's done for the day, I can take her off the route. Right now I'm getting a window alert. I do know, by the way, I'm using Loom to record the video, and it does not capture window alerts, nor does it capture drop-down menus for some reason. So right now I'm getting a window alert that's saying, are you sure you want to release for the day? And I'm going to say yes. And so she's gone. Also, once I do have a driver in the system, if I want to do a quick add, I can click on any of these routes, little plus sign, and assign a driver this way. So let's just put Estelle back on. I released her too early. She's actually still driving, and I'm going to move her. There we go. And right now it's just timestamping the start time as the current time, and it's timestamping the end time as the end of the day. I can change either one of those if I want. And here she is. What else can I do? I can filter, so I can look at the next day. I don't think I have any data in any of these other days, really. Not much, at least. I can also filter the route, get an isolated view, and I get a little bit more information when I do that. I see the start and release time, as well as some notes about the driver or the vehicle. I think that's about it for the driver manager side. The other side of the app is the tracker, so let's take a look at that. So first of all, you'll notice that my selections have stayed with me. So as you jump across screens, you don't lose your choices you've made. So this route and the date are still chosen. And currently I'm looking at Convention Center shuttle. I can take that filter off if I want and see all the shuttles. I can choose a single location. Right now they're filtered just to the Route 2 locations. And if I choose a different route, of course, it's going to filter to the other locations. I can query any of these vehicles I can click on. It looks like there's no 24/2 in the system for today. Maybe there's a 109. No. Oh, there is. So it queries any vehicles that are assigned that day and brings up the driver assigned to the vehicle. So one thing that happens a lot is people lose things on the bus all the time. So you could ask them, where were you? When did it happen? Try to narrow those things down using some of those filters. Or there's also a search, and you could, figure it out, find the right vehicle, and then give them a call. The other thing that we have, our other view, is a visual aid. So it's all the same data and just graphed. So you can kind of just look at it quickly and kind of take it in more easily. Again, we can filter dates and shuttles. I'm going to keep it on 21st because I know I have the most data. I can do just a single shuttle if I want. You can see a little decrease. And then below, so at the top, it's all the routes combined for those chosen date and shuttle, and then down below we have each individual route. Or we can switch the view to every single location, which really kind of becomes a lot of data. But if you want to know, you can. You'll notice that these charts are normalized, so every single one has the same max and mins for both the x and the y axis, so that it's just kind of more intuitive, so that things aren't spaced differently. Everything's spaced out the same. I think that's kind of all I have for now. I'm going to try to keep this thing short. Don't want to bore you guys. For those of you that used to work in this industry with me, please let me know if there's anything I missed, anything else you'd like to see. And for those of you that are maybe a step ahead in the tech world, then please also, I'm open to suggestions. Thank you guys. Have a good evening.